name is Rodney Lincoln. I was wrongfully incarcerated for 36 years and 10 days.
My name is LaQuanda Jacobs, and you're looking at the face of an innocent woman that was convicted at the age of 16 for a crime that I didn't commit.
So Mr. Brown was sentenced to life in prison in 1992 along with his 3 co-defendants, and he served over 26 years. John is really, he's an incredible human being.
There was a horrendous crime committed in St. Louis. A woman was killed, her 2 children were severely injured. I knew the lady, we had dated a few times. My name was in her diary. One of the family members stated that he knew that name. They checked my record, found out I had a pass. I was arrested. I think at first they thought they had the right person. But as time went on, I don't think they really cared whether they had the right person or not.
My case is one of a mistaken identity, and they wanted to make an example to other young gang members.
At that time in Arkansas, in Little Rock, there was really a heavy attempt to crack down on gang violence.
So the day that I was accused of killing my friend, I went to church that morning and I had on my white dress that I had on all day. It was later on that day, and we stopped by the house that I was living in where I seen all the polices, and we wanted to know what was going on, and I had gotten out the car, and the police asked me, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Faye Jacobs," and he threw me against the car and took me down. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
The police just kind of swooped her up in the wrong place at the wrong time, and she somewhat fit the description in that she's African American and she's female.
I didn't even know at the time that it was my friend that had been shot. Law enforcement was forced to do something about it. They just had to convict somebody, make an example out of somebody, and I was that somebody.
So Mr. Brown was convicted in 1992 of the 1988 murder of an elderly woman in Fordyce, Arkansas. And he was convicted along with 3 co-defendants. So there were these 4 people who are all sort of grouped together and picked up. And for years, the police are trying to build a case against these 4 co-defendants. And they don't have a lot of firm evidence against them. So they ended up sending an informant into the cell with Charlie Vaughn, one of the co-defendants, who was illiterate and suffered from several mental deficiencies. And this informant pushed Charlie Vaughn. He threatened Charlie Vaughn with the death penalty, and eventually Charlie Vaughn confessed and implicated the other 3 co-defendants, including Mr. Brown.
Once I was found guilty,
I think the best way to describe it,
I was numb.
was numb.
I didn't even understand life without parole meant. I didn't know that it meant you were to die in prison.
It is still always shocking to me what a system can do. It's one of the interesting things when you look at both Faye and Rodney and John is that for all 3 of them right now, they're released, they're home, but they're not yet free of this conviction.
When I wake up, it's a struggle because I'm thinking what I'm gonna have to face today. You know, what obstacle?
I had to be strong because my family was relying on me.
One of the reasons I do what I do is because you can't unsee it. You can't see people go through horrific things, know there's something you can do about it, and just stand idly by.
Yeah, so this is the, like, to me, the pinnacle of why you would go to law school, to help someone that, otherwise wouldn't have had help.
I'm so grateful for the support team of the Innocent Project who's walking beside me and helping me.
I think the best way to describe it, they were a friend, helping a friend. They made me feel like I was important, that I amounted to something.
The phone call to tell someone they're going home is hard to imagine. It's validating of someone's experience, that they've lived every day, and maybe I believe them, maybe our staff believed them, but the world didn't believe them. And to have all of that in 1 minute is just overwhelming.
I was just so emotional at the thought of leaving this place, Because I was like, I'm going home. They was like, you're really going home because you're giving away all your good stuff, Yeah, I'm going home.
To describe my life today, it's easy. I do it in one word. I just have to use it 1,000 times. Fantastic.
The entire power of the state can come against our clients, and the only way that they come home is the kindness of strangers, right? It's this community, it's everyone that's here that recognizes, we have a role to play in justice, and we're going to stand up for what's right.
Our cases are all different, yet we're all the same, innocent.
Sorry, I cannot hear you over the sound of my freedom.